Hey, what's up, everyone? This is gonna be a little bit of a mixture of WFSO Aftermath with WFSO After Dark. I have been doing Aftermath in the past couple of weeks, so did need a hey,
Naturally.
that smelled good. Do it again. Mm. But anyways, I guess the reason is like because the WWE shows have been coming on and stuff like that, and just been more focusing on that than just actually done a show or whatever. So it probably won't be that much like wrestling news to talk about. Of course, you're gonna talk about tonight's bad loss. Oh, what a loss! Gonna talk about that, and of course, we were supposed to get these both opinions about Money in the Bank pay per view last week. Um, so we're gonna do that tonight as well. So to get that out the way, we're gonna do that first. So trying to remember the matches if I can. Matter of fact, I can just
You could just look it up. You know that, right?
right.
Mhm.
That's what I'm gonna do. So just give me a moment. Let's see. Come on. There's too many W's. So just give me. Oh, they still didn't do that yet. Oh, but
The silence that you can hear is our brains thinking.
yeah, and the thing is, we think a
Oh,
lot.
look at the bridge.
What was that, red and blue?
I think so.
Hmm. Let's see. There we go. WWE.
I know, baby. My pretty girl, my pretty girl,
Results.
pretty girl, pretty girl.
Of course, they probably know what we're talking about anyway. I don't know why I just picked from last night, but probably be updated too this year.
What?
Oh,
I
okay.
love you too. Do you want me to cuddle you? Huh?
I think she feels lonely.
She don't feel lonely. She having cuddles.
Okay, we got the full card here.
Okay, well, let's get started.
We are going to get started.
Well, hurry up
So
then. I've
it
got
was.
important things to do.
I'm gonna shut up. uh, for the men's Money in the Bank match, that kicked off the show, which I'm surprised they did, and they would have had that like the at least the middle of the show, but they didn't. So Damian Priest became Senior Money in the Bank, defeating Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, Santo Escobar, Butch, LA Knight, and Logan Paul. So what we said about this,
Well, there was that report out, wasn't there, ahead of time that said that Vince McMahon was pushing for Logan Paul
right.
to win, and Triple H wasn't. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he was cool with either, one of the LA Knight or Damian
Yeah,
Priest. So that's what they came up
and
with, Damian
we
Priest.
basically said, didn't we, when we were sat there watching it, that whoever won that would tell us who had control of this pay per view.
Right.
And it was touch and go. We'll give it that. It was touch and go for a while. And I think none of us wanted Logan Paul to win for that reason.
Right.
that it would show that Vince was like firmly on creative control. But who was it who you really wanted, Mike, out of everybody? Yeah. I really didn't mind. I like the thought of Priest having it and everything, but it was actually nice to not have the usual suspects playing, so to speak.
Exactly. Like everybody was that's on this list never had like a world championship, or they didn't have money in the bank either. So that was a good twist for them to do that. That none of these guys had never won it. So I'm glad they did that. But we start with you first, Hazel. What'd you think of the match?
I actually really quite enjoyed it, to be honest with you. It was, as I say, it was nice seeing different wrestlers participate because we've got so used to over recent years it being not just the same ones each and every time, but it's like this similar, you're getting the same handful of, oh, well, you can guarantee Seth Rollins is going to be in it, or
Right.
you could guarantee The Miz was going to be. It was that type of thing. Oh, look, AJ Styles is wrestling again. You know what I mean? It was that type of deal. So it was actually nice to have that change up where it was like, we have no damn clue who's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And you could sometimes tell who was going to win. Yeah, he's got a plasma lighter. That's why it's got a little cross and it lights up. He has to charge it and
Oh,
shit. Sorry. Anywho, so it was that for me. That's what was nice about it, and it was just better because of that.
okay. And Mike, your thoughts?
I thought by Michael Glass.
You said it was nice to see people participate that you weren't expecting. Because usually Money in the Bank involves like the same people every year. And you usually already know who's going to win by
Storylines, yeah.
But this time, like, you didn't know. And those people, as you said, never had a world title shot. So it was nice to see different people actually getting a chance.
Yep. I don't know. I think Hazel probably was the only one that probably got it right with this one, with Damian Priest winning it. Like I said, you heard Mike thought Shinsuke Nakamura, I thought LA Knight, and he went with Damian Priest. So next up is the shocking events that happened with the women's tag team championship match. Um, I didn't expect Raquel or Liv to win it, but I thought they was going to keep on Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler for a long time, but they didn't. They kind of like in their partnership during the match. And the tricky thing is that Ronda wants to be done, period. So I guess I would say if they do have a match at SummerSlam, that probably will end up being her last match.
Right, but you saying that, didn't we hear that from her last year or a couple of years ago as well? Where she said that, oh, I'm done with, I want to be done with this and all that sort of thing. And she did step away for a while, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know whether to believe her or not, or whether it's a work.
Yeah, who knows what's going on?
But it was interesting to see the turn on her.
Right.
It was a good turn. I'll say that. It was a good turn because it was so like unexpected, and I'm glad that they got their belts back. But yeah, it was like, holy shit. What the hell just happened type of thing.
Right, right. It was like I'm glad they won it back too, but I was just shocked that that it was like one of the shocking moments that you didn't expect. So that was a good one. Mike, your thoughts?
her turning on her, with the turn happening, good idea, because now you got two women that are so similar in style that it'd be interesting to actually see them face off against each other.
I agree. Yeah. Because didn't we say that a few weeks back, where we were saying that, you know, there was a whole series of time where you weren't seeing people with the same wrestling
Oh,
like
what?
skill, the
Yeah.
same skill set, wrestling each other. They were always tagged up together. You know what I mean? I'm not just talking about the women's division, but in the men's division too.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I know I got this wrong, but I don't know if any of y'all got it wrong.
I did because I wanted them to win. So.
Okay, Raquel and Liv.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because to be honest, and another reason why I'm glad that, you know, she did turn on her was I was sick of seeing them together. Do you know what I mean? It was like I was done with it. It was enough already. So just my thoughts. That's all.
okay, and we're gonna move on from that. Intercontinental Championship. Gunner defeated Matt Riddle to retain the title, and afterwards, Drew McIntyre returned and seemed like he's gonna challenge for the Intercontinental title.
See,
But-
and that's another thing where we were saying those two matched up against each other would be a phenomenal match.
And I guess for this time, if they do this match at SummerSlam, you know, it'll be Drew will finally get his one-on-one match with Gunter, which last time you saw Drew McIntyre was at WrestleMania when he was in a triple threat match with him, Sheamus, and Gunter for the IC title.
But yeah, I think seeing Drew McIntyre go against him, oh, that'll be something and a half, you know.
Right, and everybody probably got this match correct. So
come on, give me rain. Come on, give me rain.
You got rain for tomorrow.
We're trying not to go to work.
No, I go to work, but then I won't have so much to do because there won't be that many people coming in if it's raining.
And some people be hungry. You know, they probably will come in anyway. But anyways, the next match, Cody Rhodes and Dominic Mysterio. I got this one wrong. I know I did. Because I was thinking, maybe Brock Lesnar would have interfered or something like that, but he didn't. And instead of 1-on-1 with, Rhea Ripley did her interference. But regardless of that, Cody Rhodes did win that match. So, Hazel, thoughts?
Come back to me on that.
Mike?
I don't know why it just popped in my head. But do you think that match was kind of to see where Dominic's skill level is at?
That's possible. That is possible.
You know what? Didn't think of that, but yeah, that would be.
Like he's like the biggest heel right now,
Right.
and yeah, everybody hates him. So this could have been a test for him. So I see that as a possibility, and yeah.
I mean, he did hold his own against him, so he obviously has the skill set. But I don't know. To me, with his wrestling, there is something missing. But I think a part of that is because he's always been part of a team. Do you know what I mean? And as we've mentioned before, there are times when, in my opinion, when you get people who work as a team, they find it very hard to transition to singles.
Right.
And I would like to see him get stronger as a singles wrestler because I do believe that he has, the talent like his dad.
Do you think? Do you think it probably be he's missing some moves in his repertoire? I would say. Do you think he's missing some
Um,
moves?
I think it's just that it's not a case of he's missing moves. It's been a case that always, holy shit, he's always been able to have somebody to help him out. Whether it's Ray or now it's with, Rhea Ripley and that lot. And I think a lot of it, he does need to have a few matches where it's like, okay, yeah, you're going up, just for argument's sake, you're going up against Cody Rhodes again, but everybody is banned from ringside. So he's forced to wrestle by himself. He's forced to hold his own.
I get it. You want to see like a couple of one-on-one
Yeah.
matches with
His one-on-one match that he had with Rey Mysterio. He showed that he was good, but he was wrestling his dad. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think he's got the skill there. It's just a case of completing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So I don't know if you or Mike had the match right, but I know I had this match wrong.
I did really. I thought that Dominic would probably win, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. Um, of course, John Cena showed up. And I guess kind of hinted that WrestleMania might want WrestleMania in London.
Yeah.
So, thoughts on possible WrestleMania be in London?
I think it'd be awesome because majority of the big pay-per-views and stuff are always in the US. And I think WWE is slowly realized. Well, I think they already knew they had a big fan base overseas. But with how quick tickets are, sold out for this past pay-per-view. Those tickets sold out like within hours. So they know damn well you have a WrestleMania there with all of the events. Like, do the Hall of Fame there. You know what I mean? Do everything there from SmackDown to Monday Night Raw. Because you've got different parts of England that you could go to. And literally, you could drive from London to Scotland in 4 hours. And we've seen them drive those distance between events. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So you could literally do that, and our bus and train system in England, as I've told you before, is a lot more modern and a lot faster than your trains over here and more frequent. So they could even get, back quick that way as well. But I think by doing that, you are going to get a lot of European lots in because you've got the Euro tunnel for starters. So you could get people from all over Europe going to Paris and catching that train straight the way through. And the flights from around Europe to England are pretty cheap.
Just not if you're in the US.
Well, I'll just give you an example. My parents, as you know, they travel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they can, if they wanted to, they could fly to Egypt from where they are in England. And it would cost probably about the same for a round trip flight as it would cost for you to fly to Michigan for the upcoming pay-per-view.
Oh, okay. So like around maybe
like a couple of hundred.
Yeah, a couple of hundred. Okay.
So that's for them to fly to Egypt. So that tells you how quick, how easy and cheap the flights are over there. So you could, they literally would sell out. They literally would sell out.
You're right, because like the United Kingdom is that big that they probably will sell out. if they did WrestleMania for
Yeah.
like all the events they do down there. Will probably be good. But okay, we're gonna move on to women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Where a shocking and somebody new won it, so this is good. Io Sky became Miss Money in the Bank, defeating Zelina Vega, Becky Lynch, Bailey, Trish Stratus, and Zoe Stark. And the way she won it was something that I had never seen before. Like,
Oh, where she handcuffed her?
yeah, both
Yeah.
Becky and Bailey. Yeah, that was just interesting. So
And I honestly thought that Becky was going to win. Becky or Bailey were going to win that, to be honest with you. So it was nice to be proven wrong.
right. I know I was wrong on this match too, although I did not pick Becky or Bailey. But like I was saying, it's good to have somebody new. So, Mike, your thoughts?
Oh my gosh.
It is to finally see people participating in Money in the Bank that have never done so. It's refreshing.
Well, and people who won, have, especially in the women's one, hadn't done so.
Right. But yeah, this is the first time since the women's Money in the Bank that nobody cashed it in within 24 hours or within a matter of hours.
That's good.
So that's a new one for that.
I'm wondering if she would try cashing it in after Charlotte and Oscar go against each other.
That's a possibility. Because she was at Raw like the next night was teasing that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could go either way. She got like a year to do so.
Yep.
And so does Damian Priest. Although he was, kind of teased it a bit last week, but he was about to cash it in on Seth Rollins, but Finn Balor kind of a little bit of interfered and miscommunication. So, but that didn't happen. But speaking of Finn Balor, he did lose to Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. I did predict this right. I think y'all probably did too.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that match?
That Seth Rollins has a very interesting wardrobe. he never fails to disappoint, does he? Really? Let's be honest. We place bets on what he's going to come out wearing next time.
Yeah, it was funny when he came out with yesterday. Like, came out there in the suit with some buffalo wings.
Can you blame him? Let's be
Carrying
honest. Have
buffalo
some
wings.
buffalo wings.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Just talking about the Judgment Day, but Mike, your thoughts?
If it just wasn't Finn Balor's time, if they're still holding the title on step to see how well he can run with it.
I'll say this with Seth Rollins, he has got the gift of the gab.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Now the main
And
event.
also with him
Oh,
being a baby face, that the other title is on a heel.
Yeah.
right. The main event, the Bloodline Civil War, the Usos versus Roman Reigns and Souls Core. The Usos did win. We didn't think it was going to happen, but it did happen.
I think it's hilarious that the crowd, every time now that they see Roman Reigns, saying you got pinned, but that's quite amusing. But it was nice to see, let's be honest. And the Usos we knew could wrestle good as a tag team in themselves. But it was nice seeing him go against Roman and beating his ass, to be honest with you.
Right. Your thoughts, Mike?
And she just said she pretty much summed it up.
You might want to ask him a question first.
Yeah, I probably
Yeah,
will
but
do.
you're right though. You summed it up.
And what they kind of teased this past Friday, for those that seen it, that it's possible that Jey Uso may go against Roman Reigns for the title. Seems like that might happen at SummerSlam, and I guess like Jey Uso did make the challenge, but Roman Reigns didn't respond yet. So maybe he'll respond this Friday. We'll see. Um, Overall with this pay-per-view, so what y'all graded? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or whatever?
I'll say a B.
Added to rating. So it's like,
Come on, you gotta have a rating.
Okay, compared to previous Money in the Bank pay-per-views, what did you reckon? Was it better, worse?
like I said, I don't rank pay-per-view by grade.
Okay, I just said though, was it better or worse than previous Money in the Banks?
Hey, the last one my wife wanted, so goddamn it.
Okay, then, never mind.
And also, I gotta give Otis his props because that was probably the best Money in the Bank ever.
Oh, the one he did, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he before or after is gonna top that one.
Probably not. And it was a good thing that they had like both men and women's ladder matches go on at the same time.
That was funny as anything.
So yeah, it was good. Of course, the next pay-per-view is SummerSlam. Got to like maybe three weeks, I believe, from Saturday. That's gonna happen. So they didn't mention any matches yet, but you know, like a lot of stuff that's going around in that Detroit area, like they already got like Jeff Hardy being in one of the shows that's gonna be down there. And plus he's gonna have a concert right after that, the day before SummerSlam. So there may be like more stuff to come, you know, like meet and greets and stuff like that, but we probably won't know until like a few weeks before.
It's a few weeks before.
But you know what I mean, maybe like
Week
two
or
or a
two.
week or two. That's what I meant to say. But I guess I can talk about a little bit more of like the news of, you know, I mentioned this on my the videos in the past that of course Milwaukee is gonna have on SmackDown October 27th. Normally they do pre-sale tickets tomorrow, but they never send anybody a code yet unless they're gonna do it the morning of. So yeah, I just like found that like kind of strange. Um, Not only that, Survivor Series and SmackDown will be taking place in All State Arena on the 24th and the 25th. I think tickets on sale go for that will be next week. So it ain't gonna sell out right away. So I ain't gonna worry about that. But anywho, y'all thoughts for like at least like having SmackDown here in Milwaukee?
It's gonna be good. I'm glad that we're actually getting another event going on because yeah.
The last one they have that Raw was at the house show.
It was a house show with the Raw brand.
When it last year, the last actual televised one that we had.
The last SmackDown was like, let's see, was it the SmackDown after WrestleMania? Then I think the rest of them was like Raws.
But the last one we had that was televised was last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I know we had the house show, but that don't count.
That's funny. That don't count. Okay, let me look through a little bit of news, see if there's anything good to talk about. If not, then we're going to skip to the Butts game. I've been seeing this all day with the everybody was arguing after Raw's main event that they ain't like the outcome or wherever the case may be. Let's see. Last night's WWE Raw headline is a 6-man tag match featuring the Judgment Day taking on Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Seth Rollins. Um, they walked away with a Judgment Day did walk away with a victory, but appeared fireworks between the two sides didn't end at the bell. Let's see. According to PW Insider, the argument broke out between those involved in the match once everyone got backstage. The lingering issues stemmed from the view that the match was clunky, mainly due to planned elements of the match literally changing at the last second. One wrestler in particular said to be the source of many of the resulting problems. However, they remain unnamed by sources ordered not to provoke a firestorm over the internet. Boo.
We want that firestorm. We want to know what was going on.
Exactly. Yeah, give
It'll
us.
come out.
Yeah, it always will. While the argument was said to be heated, there was no danger of a physical altercation occurring. Oh, that sucks. Ultimately, things. Oh, crap. Yeah, now I want to have a mind of his own. If I can, like, get to it. Okay, Larry. Okay, I read that part. While the argument was said to be heated, there was no danger of physical altercation occurring. Ultimately, things dwindled down and everyone walked away from the situation without escalating. But most involved were still not happy with the situation as a whole. So, we get a lot of these lately, like, certain people ain't happy with the result of the match and stuff like that.
Well,
Like,
and a lot of it has been where it's come out that things have changed. That like literally right before their matches begin. And as you know, and Mike can attest to this himself as being a wrestler. You go over with the people you're wrestling against what you're gonna do and how the outcome's gonna end up. So for somebody then at the last minute, just for argument's sake, you've got an intermission and everything, and they're saying, this is the match that's coming up, and then someone goes, we changed our mind. That throws off that whole thing.
right. And yeah, that's like kind of the like messed up part too. Like things like changing the last minute, but we already know like a person that always does that.
Vince.
Yeah. He's not happy with one thing, wants to rewrite it
At the
then
last minute.
at the last minute. Like change his mind at the last minute. It's just so ridiculous.
Poor Mike had to learn how to wrestle without ropes at the last minute.
Oh god, that's funny. We were at a show. It was around my birthday, right?
Yep.
Okay. Because we did went to 2 shows in one day.
Yeah. Rihanna got kicked out. You remember? Jeff Briggs came out to the ring and went, security, you see that woman right there? Get her out of here. I thought he was pointing at me. Oh, it would have gone down. I would have caused a scene.
Yeah, they was like, no recording.
Yeah, remember they had security stand behind us because we had cameras, and I had my camera to the side like this going.
That's what I did too.
And then me and David got into it because I said something afterwards, and he came up to me and he went, "Yeah," he goes, "You saying shit because my mum was taking photos?" I said, "No, I was saying shit because they told me and AJ we couldn't take photos." "Yeah, but I heard that you were saying shit about my mum." I went, "Go and speak to your mum." And he's like, "No, I got to go get changed like this." And he went out the back to get changed. Their mum came over to me and was like, "What was that all about?" And I said, "Oh, he said that I was saying crap about you taking photos." And she went, "Oh, really?" And David walked out and your mum went, "Come here." And it was funny watching him, like, he was still partly in his rest, because you know your brother, he stays in his wrestling gear until they literally saying we're closing down now for the night. And so he's walking around talking to people. Your mum called him over and was like, you need to watch your mouth and need to know what's going on before you start on people, because she was complaining about security standing behind so we couldn't get photos. So you need to stop. And he was like, okay, mom, I'm sorry. It was like funny as anything. But anywho,
That's funny. More details. Maybe they finally spilled something. Let's
I
see.
don't know.
Um, ooh, Fightful Select released a few more details about the argument. Sources Fightful spoke to were said to have downplayed the situation. They said that Owens left almost immediately following the match because he had prior obligations. Rollins got cracked pretty hard during the match, but that issue was never brought up during the argument. Judgment Day, of course, were the winners of that match yesterday, with Balor, Penn, and Zan perhaps indicating the next title challengers will be for the WWE Tag Team Champions. It's almost worth mentioning that the entire stable is scheduled to be, of course, on NXT. They was on there earlier
Right.
today. And they did win their match against Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Hmm, not nothing big that we expected, like news wise, that they talk about it, but eh, what more can you do?
Who knows? And then let's be honest, sometimes these reporters just make, burst things into bigger than what they actually are. So,
Right, exactly. Oh, Iron Sheik will have a shirt release on Pro Wrestling Tees. Okay. Skip that. WWE stock reportedly reached all-time high. Share price during trading. Who cares about that? Just as long as they gonna be merged, Vince McMahon won't be controlled anymore. And we just talked about that Jeff Hardy thing.
are we done with wrestling now so I can go pee?
Yeah, we done with wrestling.
I
So
appreciate you letting us have our say. And we'll be back next week with another thought by Hazel and Michael.
okay, but I can talk about tonight's game, which wow, that the Bucks really got killed. I think it was 92-71, I believe. And that game was, yeah, it was first half was pretty good that they both teams were back and forth because it seemed like how the farther that Brooklyn was gonna go, then the Bucks out of nowhere just was getting very close to catching up with them. It was tied in the first half. It ended the first half, I should say. But turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. Um, I don't think the issue was like, they like the guards that they had, like point guards or whatever, couldn't dribble. It was a problem that, that everybody was like making mistakes on either like trying to pass the ball or trying to do all themselves when they get in like triple team and not pass it out. Like I got on Giannis about it, and because he was doing the same thing, like just going over and just didn't, pass the ball. You see that I think that was 17 turnovers that Brooklyn got, and see, and Milwaukee had 25 turnovers. Wow. Yeah, now that's a lot. that means they really need to, take care of the ball. And Liddell Wigginton, although he didn't play that much as we would have thought, turned the ball the most with 5 turnovers. Because I swear we thought they would have done, a little bit better than that just to play. But it was good to see like Ben Baker's son, Ben Baker Jr. play. He only had like 1 steal, and Alan Griffin, which was Adrian Griffin's son, played a little bit. Had 4 points. Was 1 to 2 from three, and made 1 free throw. No, the bad thing is Lindell Wigginton was the only one that was in double digits, and everybody else was either close, like Chris Livingston and Tyler Cook were the only close ones. I didn't recognize that Tyler Cook did play, but then again, he only played like nearly 10 minutes. So I don't know was there a thought processing of playing people less than. This is one of those things that it was kind of like, although it was bad with the turnovers, but I think it was in a way kind of like a bad coaching night too, because like, oh, now you decided to put some of these players to play, and yeah, it was just like absolutely insane. Yeah, with Brooklyn, they had like 4 people that was in, 5 people that was in double digits, compared to the Bucks only had like 1 person that was in double digits. David Duke Jr. Led the team in Brooklyn with 24 points. He also had 3 steals, 3 assists, 8 rebounds, 1 to 3 from three, 8 of 15 from the field. Jalen Wilson had like 14 points, 1 block, 2 steals, 5 assists, 8 rebounds, 3 of 4 from three, 4 of 6 from the field. Noah Clowney, just 2 of 3 from the field. Amani Brooks, I remember that guy. He was like in a draft. I think it was a few years ago, but yeah, he had 13 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 of 8 from three, 5 of 12 from the field. Kennedy Chandler, 17 points, 1 block, 2 steals, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 to 2 from three, 4 of 7 from the field. And was one more person, Matt Lewis, with 13 points, 3 rebounds, 3 of 7 from three, 4 of 9 from the field. Now look at their 3 point percentage. It wasn't that good, and they still won 10 of 32 from three, with 31% in threes, and field goals were 39%. But yeah, rebounds was 46, assists was 20, steals were 14, blocks only just 3 blocks. Oh, excuse me. Okay, we are gonna talk about Chris Livingston. They had him at the starting center, and he's 6'6". So I don't know why the Bucks went small. That's one of the issues that I'm gonna have if you like go small and have somebody that is 6'6" be like a center, which I didn't get that at all. Chris Livingston had 9 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 0 of 1 from three, but 4 of 8 from the field. AJ Green, I know he just got back, but they didn't play him enough. Like I said, with Wendell Winkington, didn't play enough either. He had 11 points, 3 steals, 1 assist, 2 rebounds, 3 of 5 from three, but 4 of 10 from the field. And Tyler Cook with 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 of 4 from three. I mean, from the field. I'm sorry. and everybody else was like either had 6 points, 4 points, 5 points, 2 points, or nothing at all, or one. But as you can tell, they did play everybody, and Hugo Benson from the Bucks was out, and little Dara was out. If Jabari Parker was playing, if he was playing this summer league, they probably would have got somewhere. And although the defense would be like at least average, but the scoring would have been done more. Like my job, champ, 0-5 from the field, 0-3 from three. They end up notching up 2 assists, but had 4 turnovers. Yeah, it's just insane that I know it's only like 40 minutes in the game with the summer league, but yeah, this is crazy. I think they will be at least they will be like a little bit embarrassed. But yes, excuse me, completely insane. Well, final score: the Bucks lost to Brooklyn 92-71, and hold on, I think their next game is Friday. But I'm gonna see who they play against. It could be Thursday, but I I think it's Friday the 14th. So let me see. Okay, they don't play on Friday, so that's kind of like good news. Oh yeah, the tournament starts on Saturday. So I think the next time this probably was Thursday. Yep, on NBA TV, their final game of the summer league before the tournament on Saturday would end up being Milwaukee versus Miami, and it would be a 4:30 p.m. start time on NBA TV if anybody has NBA TV. So that's the next game that they're gonna have, and hey, maybe they'll end the summer league season at 3-1. Well, we can all hope, and we'll just see from there. And yeah, the tournament, yep, starts Saturday. I don't know if it's a 2 day or a 1 day tournament, but we will see. I think I'm gonna end this from there. For this aftermath, after dark kind of crossover special that we had. So yeah, I'm not gonna look at any scores or anything like that. But I guess we can talk about a little bit more about Bucks news that I don't know. Let me just get that out of there. But check out like our past videos. We did a couple of Bucks videos talking about the players that they're after, like Norman Powell, Colin Section, and yeah, it was a few more people that I know they was after too, but don't know. So if they do make a trade, like for Colin Section, excuse me, if they like make the match, they probably can have like a final roster spot left. But from what it seems like, they only signed like 1 2 player, and from rumors you can sign at least up to three. So we're just waiting on news on that. And the other stuff that they're doing, and they do need a backup point guard. So hopefully sooner or later they'll at least try to make a move, or they're gonna try to wait until they make a move. They was thinking also maybe just some people was thinking that they should resign Gordon Dragic. Maybe that would be a good idea, but we don't know. But as soon as we know some news, we will post it out on YouTube and look for WFSO on YouTube. Past videos, you like wrestling content and you like Milwaukee Bucks content, you can listen to us right on here on YouTube or on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasting from as well. Thank our sponsors, Art from the Heart. Check out the drawings that they have on there. If you want like an animated drawing, like from the comic books or animation or wherever the case may be, Mike will be the one to do it for you. So all you got to do is get a hold of them from Art from the Heart on Facebook. Moving dues, call 414-807-4299 and ask for LaShawn. If you're in Wisconsin, he will help you move like wherever in Wisconsin you want to go. So check that out. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And please, we want more followers on Spotify. And it'd be cool just let y'all know that we be, doing podcasts and stuff like. Well, the summer is, of course, it's gonna be a little bit slow, but at least when the NBA season picks up, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff like from wrestling to basketball. So I'm just gonna end it here, and I thank y'all for listening and watching. Until the next video, until the next podcast, you guys have a good night. And I don't know when the next time we'll be back, but it probably will be before Friday when we talking about Impact Wrestling's pay-per-view. So until then, peace out.